Hi guys, this is chapter 7, try it number 5a, where we are creating various forms of the minor scale, and we are relating it to the major key that has the same key signature. So it says for each minor scale, identify the relative major key and enter the number of sharps or flats found in its key signature. Then write the minor scale using accidentals instead of a key signature. Include those accidentals needed to raise the flatted 6th and 7th scale degrees. All right, so let's go ahead and put our name on there. Some of us forget to do that. There we have it. So we're starting out with F sharp harmonic minor. All right, so we got to figure out what the major key is that has the same key signature as F sharp minor. Let's do this first. Let us write out the F sharp major scale. Let me get my keyboard here. And then we'll make it into a natural minor. So let's start out here with our F sharp. Yep, gives us a flat. So let's move that. So for the major, we need a whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step. Now notice it skipped a note. We have to write that F as an E and still be on this key. So what we're going to have to do is bring that back down to E, make it E sharp. And then our last note, F sharp. Now, to make this the natural minor, or the scale that goes by the minor key signature, we need to take the third note of the scale, the 6th note and the 7th note, and lower those a half step. So in other words, get rid of the sharp. And if you click on the sharp again, it'll take it away. Now looking at the scale, we see that we have 1, 2, 3 sharps. That F sharp is a repeat. So the number of sharps for F sharp minor is 3. If we go to the third note of the scale, we'll get the relative major, which is A. So A major has the same key signature as F sharp minor. Now the type of scale we need to make is harmonic. So from the natural minor, you need to go to the 7th scale degree and raise that back up a half step. So now we have F sharp harmonic minor. Let's look at the next one. We're doing E harmonic minor. So the first thing I suggest you do is write out the major. So we're going to start on E. We'll go a whole step to F sharp, whole step to G sharp, half step to A, whole step to B, whole step C sharp, whole step D sharp, and a half step E. Now we have our major scale. To get the key signature for E minor, we'll use the same notes that are in the natural minor scale. So we select the third note of the scale, the 6th note, and the 7th note, and get rid of those sharps. And we see now that we have a scale with only 1 sharp in it. And if we go to the third note of the scale, 1, 2, 3, we'll see that G major has the same key signature as E minor. Now we're going to make this harmonic minor. So we have to go to that 7th note of the scale and raise it up a half step. So now we have E harmonic minor. Okay. Now we have B melodic minor. Now remember, melodic minor is different ascending than it is descending. All right, so let's write out our B major scale. whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. All right. Now this is a little confusing, but let's not let it get that way. Let's make the adjustments to figure out the key signature for B minor. To do that, we lower 3, 6, and 7. Get rid of those sharps. And you can see we're left with 2 sharps, C sharp or F sharp and C sharp in the correct order. So B minor has 2 sharps. All right, let's go back to 3, 6, and 7 and put those sharps back for a moment. Now remember, to get the ascending version of the melodic from the measure, we only adjust the 3rd note of the scale, which makes that a D natural. Now going to the 3rd note of the scale, the D, that gives us the relative major, which is D. Now this is a little trickier in figuring out the number of sharps. Now remember the step I did. I wrote out the major, converted it to natural minor to get the number of sharps for the key. To make it melodic minor, I switched it back to the major and only adjusted the 3rd note so that we have the correct ascending version of the melodic minor. If we had the descending version with it as well, it would be the same thing as the natural minor when we adjusted 3, 6, and 7. All right, so here we have B flat melodic minor. I'm going to move down here a little bit. So let us write out B flat major. Let's make that a flat. So B flat major, we need a whole step, half step, whole, half. We always get that extra measure. Let's get rid of that. All right, so here's the major scale. To get the natural minor, or the scale that goes by the minor key signature, we're going to get the 3rd note of the scale, 6th note, and 7th note, and lower those a half step so that we have the B natural minor scale. All right, so now that we have B natural minor, we can count the flats: B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat. The reason I did it that way is because I did it in the order of the flats. So B flat minor is going to have 5 flats. Now to make this melodic minor, there's another way you can do that. We have the natural minor here. We can go to the 6th and 7th scale degrees and raise those back up a half step, and that gives you the melodic minor. So there are 2 ways you could look at that. So to get the relative major, we look at the 3rd note of the scale, and we see that it is D flat. And there we have it. If you have questions, let me know. Need some more explanation on that. Raise your hand and I'll come around and be happy to help. Thanks for watching.